What is going on, guys, and welcome to a new video. And today is the second video that we will be releasing on pre-release information for the Menaphos expansion coming 5th of June in just a couple of weeks time. So in the previous video we covered all of the pre-release information for the Menaphos Slayer dungeon. I'll pop a link for that in the description, and also on screen at the moment you should be able to click something that will show you where the video is if you are interested in seeing any of that. And so in this video it's going to be very similar format. We're going to go over different areas covered within the pre-release live stream. First off, we're going to go over the skills, then we're going to go over how the gameplay itself, then we'll go over a bit of in-game footage, and then finally any miscellaneous stuff at the end. Again, all timestamped down in the description for you guys if you want to have a look at a specific section. And yeah, without further ado, we'll jump into the first bit now. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to go through is the skilling aspect of the Shifting Tombs. So I'll do my best to explain this as simply as I can. The skills are set up, or are categorized into two different categories. So we've got the primary skills and the secondary skills. So the primary skills are construction, thieving, agility and dungeoneering, and the secondary skills are crafting, rune crafting, prayer and divination. And you gain experience in the primary skills and the secondary skills in different ways. So the primary skills, you gain experience at the end of the Shifting Tombs once you've completed it and once you've left the tomb, and the secondary skills you get experienced whilst actually doing activities within the tombs itself. So I'll go through how that works in more detail later on in the video, but that is sort of the basic pretense for how how the two different skills you get the experience in them differs. Now when you are doing this, you can select as many or as few skills as possible. If you select no skills, then you'll get money instead of experience. So for the secondary skills, instead of getting experience throughout the Shifting Tomb floor, you'll get money that goes straight into your gold pouch. And for the primary skills, you get a big chunk of gold at the end of the Shifting Tombs. Okay, so on screen at the moment you can see the lobby for the Shifting Tombs, and there are three ways that you can go about playing the minigame. So the first is you can go in solo. And you can play it that way. If you prefer the solo method, then that's fine. You can use the local queuing system, so that'll be players on your world and you'll be randomly put together into a team. And then finally you can use the grouping system if you want to invite clanmates or friends, and I think it's up to a maximum of 5 people can go into each Shifting Tomb. So in this lobby is where you select which skills or no skills at all that you want to get experience in, and you do it. But for the primary skills, I think you pray at the statues. You can see in the middle of the screenshot there, they've got one of the statues, and each of the individual ones correlates to the 4 different primary skills. And then the secondary skills you do by lighting braziers, which are, I assume, next to or the ones next to the pillars. If you have none of them lit, then you'll get gold instead of experience. So I'm going to try and explain how the gameplay works with this little graphic that I've created here, and then we'll go over some actual footage of it in-game so you can get a better feel for it. But essentially the tomb lasts for 5 minutes, and you have to complete a set amount of objectives in order to get experience. And depending on how many of these objectives you complete or partially complete depends on how much experience you get. And if you complete all the objectives, you get 100% experience in your primary skills chosen. So there are group and individual targets, and the group targets seem to be opening sarcophagi and opening the chests. So the sarcophagi are done by this puzzle, which I'll show in the video and explain the puzzle that I think I figured it out in the actual video. And then opening chest. Oh yeah, when you open the sarcophagi you get like a 1k thieving experience drop, and then opening chests uses skills outside of the 8 primary and secondary skills, so you can get like a 90 farming chest or a 90 fire making chest, and one person opens it but then everybody can loot it, and from those chests you get the feathers of Mahat, which I discussed in the Slayer video, and they're used for killing the Slayer creatures in the upcoming Slayer dungeon. And then the second sort of section of the gameplay is that you're trying to eradicate corruption from the tombs themselves, and this is done by, there's like mining corrupted rocks that you'll see, and you'll get mining experience for that, and also breaking urns. And when we go through the actual gameplay, you'll see that all you have to do is click on the urn and it breaks from a distance, and it also doesn't interrupt your pathing, which is really good. Anyway, you have a set amount of corruption to cleanse as one of the targets, and this cleansing of corruption is how you get experience in your secondary skills. So when you break the urns, you'll essentially, if you have one of the secondary skills selected, you'll get an XP drop in that skill. So yeah, that is sort of how the gameplay works, and then we'll go over some footage of it actually in game now. Okay, so on screen at the moment you can see some in-game footage that I took from the live stream for the Shifting Tombs, and the first thing you can see is the sarcophagus that I discussed. Now you'll see that there's like a gold flash, and then the lightning moves 3 times and it goes to 3 tiles. The gold flash is the reset, and the 3 tiles that it's going to is the sort of order that you have to click on those tiles. And when you click on those tiles in the correct order that the lightning is showing you, then you'll be able to open the sarcophagus, and you'll get a experience drop of like 1k thieving experience, and also anyone in like a 10 by 10 grid around you will also get that experience. So the next bit here is, it's obviously not all graphically done yet, but these are sort of the corrupted rocks that you can get. You see you get mining experience there, and this is an example of him breaking the urns from a distance to obviously cleanse the corruption. Now this example here is one of the chests. You can see it's a woodcutting chest, and from that he got 7 feathers. He does do another chest later in the run, and again he gets 7 feathers from that, so it seems to be you get about 7 feathers of Mahat from each of the chests. And now there's 4 chests to open on this floor here, so you would guess that you'd be able to get approximately 28 per run, but it depends on whether the number of chests changes per shifting tomb. Now there is an interface. It's quite small, so you probably can't see it too well on the video, but there's an interface that shows you your what you have to do for this tomb. So for the tomb they got here, they have to open 5 sarcophagi, cleanse 68 corruption, and open 4 chests in order to get 100% of that primary goal experience. Obviously the cleansing corruption is done sort of not passively, but as you run through to the chests and the sarcophagi, you can just click on those urns. Pathing isn't interrupted or anything like that, so that's how you get the corruption nice and easily. This is an example of another of the sarcophagi. You can see the lightning goes to 3 tiles, and then there's the flash. That means that it's reset, and then it goes to the same 3 tiles again, so you click the tiles and then you can open the sarcophagi. So as a team or an individual, you have to try and complete all of the targets which relate to the chests, the cleansing, the corruption. I think the cleansing corruption is an individual target, and then the chests and the sarcophagi are group targets. So you have to try and complete all of those within the 5 minutes and then get out of the shifting tomb. Now there is an exit hole, which obviously you have to remember the location of, and you've got to balance whether it's worth trying to open that last sarcophagi or that last chest to whether you're actually going to make it out of the tomb, because if you don't make it out, you lose all of the experience that you would have gained in the primary skills, and you're teleported out by an NPC who basically saves you from the tomb. So yeah, that's pretty much the gameplay of the Shifting Tombs. Now they don't actually show what happens when you exit, but as far as I can gather, when you exit you are given sort of a loot crate, and within that loot crate there are potentially rare items to do with Menaphos that maybe give you some sort of bonus. They alluded to sort of rare items that you can get while skilling, but they just said that they were going to be a surprise on release. So these loot crates I think will probably have the potential to give you some certain items. For example, when you're doing Pyramid Plunder, you can get the Scepter of the Gods. I would expect something along those lines. What these new items will do, don't know. Maybe give you some sort of perks within the Shifting Tombs. And also from that loot crate, I'm pretty sure that you can get the Feathers of Mahat as well. So from each of the 2 chests that he opens, there's another one here that he opens, which is a farming one, and he again gets another 7 feathers out of it. So I would guess that, as I said earlier, you get about 28 per run, which means that you get about 336 feathers per run per person. So that's 336 creature kills essentially an hour, plus any that you get in the final loot crate. Okay, so the final bit of the video is just going to be going over some miscellaneous information that I haven't covered yet. So the first thing is going to be the experience rates for Shifting Tombs, and what they've basically said is that it's going to be banded XP rates. So between the levels of 50 to 55, 70 to 75, and 90 to 95, it's basically going to be some of the best experience that you can get in game. However, in between those level caps, it sort of plateaus out. So between 55 to 70, it'll plateau out, and there'll be other training methods outside of Shifting Tombs that will be better, and then Shifting Tombs will be the best again once you hit that 70 cap, which I really like, because it means that it's repeatable content throughout your training progression, but it isn't always consistently the best, and it means that you have to go and do other training methods if you want to get the best experience rate, which I think is a really good idea. Now, with regards to some of the skills like prayer, construction, dungeoneering, they're not going to be the best experience in-game, but they will be competitive, and the reasoning behind this is that it gives you a free way to train prayer and construction, and also a non-Demonheim way to to train dungeoneering, which is why they didn't want to give it like the absolute OP best XP rates, because you're not doing the content in the basically because you're getting a free way to train prayer construction and also a non-demon heim way to do dungeoneering. And then the final couple of things are just that you will be able to get skilling pets within Shattered Tombs, and you'll also be able to get the elite camouflage outfit for thieving, and that's going to work in exactly the same way as the shark and golem outfits, in that you will get fragments whilst doing the Shattered Tombs, and then those fragments are used with the invention skill to create the 3 different outfits and then combined into the elite outfit for the experience boosts and whatever else that elite skilling outfit gives you. So yeah, that is pretty much all the information that I managed to drag out from the Shifting Tombs live stream. I hope you guys have found this useful. As I said earlier, I do have a video on the Menaphos Slayer dungeon as well, so do go check that out if you want to find out all the pre-release information. I'll put a link for that in the description, as well as up in the top right corner. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please do like, subscribe if you did enjoy the video, find it useful. There will be more coming out in the very near future, especially covering the Menaphos release. And I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.